So if you want to improve your health, what should you be snacking on and what should you avoid? Dr. Frank Lipman is the best-selling author of The New Health Rules. Doctor, good to have you here.
Great to be here.
I have a problem at airports. I eat junk stuff, comfort foods, chips and chocolate bars. And you said you can help me get much healthier with 3 basic steps.
Absolutely,
All right,
yes.
The first is eat fermented foods.
Right, so these are fermented foods. You have fermented sauerkraut, fermented cabbage is sauerkraut. You have some fermented black tea, kombucha, fermented milk, kefir, fermented vegetables, kimchi. You see it in Korean restaurants.
What is it about the fermentation process that makes you healthier?
Great question. So these give you the good guy bacteria that help your gut. So we now have this term, the microbiome. It's the collection of all the bacteria in your gut. And we used to think that bacteria are bad for you. But actually, most of the bacteria, especially in your gut, are good for you. They actually have important functions. They help you make vitamins. They crowd out the bad guys. They're good for your immune system.
Are we talking about 1 serving a day, a couple a week? How often do we need to eat fermented foods?
Ideally, 1 serving a day.
Okay, and can I have the hot dog with the sauerkraut?
Well, depends. If you take the roll away, yes.
Okay. The next thing, we've always been told to eat green leafy vegetables. You take it and you get more specific. You want us to eat stalks and stems.
Right. So the stalks of the broccoli, the stems, those are the food that feed those good guy bacteria we talk about in the fermented foods. That's the prebiotics, the fertilizer for the good probiotics. So most of us cut those off. Eat them. They're good for your body. They're good for those bacteria.
I understand that in some ways you almost have to eat some of these with fat.
Great question. So if you don't put fat on these vegetables, like olive oil, or you put some avocado in your salad, a lot of the nutrients in these vegetables are not going to be absorbed because they're fat soluble. Vitamin A, D, E, and K. So you're not getting all the nutrients if you don't put fat.
You're talking olive oil, things like that.
Yeah, grass-fed butter is not bad either.
All right.
Good fats. Fat made by God, but not by man.
One of the other things you say is we should all know our numbers. What numbers are you talking about?
Okay, so the numbers that I'm talking about are, there are lots of indicators that are important for health, but the 2 most important numbers, I think, for health promotion and disease prevention were your vitamin D level and your hemoglobin A1C. So the hemoglobin A1C is a measure of your blood sugar level. It's a much better measure than the fasting blood sugar, because 1 in 3 Americans are pre-diabetic. So that's an epidemic. So that can actually monitor that. And if you're pre-diabetic, you're more prone to not only type 2 diabetes, but cancer, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's disease.
So monitor your sugar levels. Yeah. And when we get to the vitamin D, 58-year-old man, how much vitamin D should I be consuming?
Well, that depends on your level. So your level should ideally be between 50 and 80, which is much higher than we used to think was normal. So it all depends on your level. Have your level checked. Increase your vitamin D levels if you need to.
All right, so fermented foods, stalks and stems, and know your numbers.
Exactly.
Doctor, thank you very much as always.